I was just thinking about this. Like, ideally, when people watch this stuff, it's probably people at lower levels trying to see how someone in Diamond plays or whatever. And I do that too. I have like a few people that aren't, you know, Showtime or Hero that I watch that are like higher level than me that I kind of look up to. That I just kind of watch for little things, try to get better. But that's the problem with watching like Grandmaster players and stuff. It's like you don't see the little things that they're doing that you can improve on, you know. Like for instance, when I watch Showtime, recently I realized that he does his first pylon early, and I tested this out myself first. So like I was like, my first pylon, I always like drop it with like 35 minerals left over, and it feels bad to rally the first probe there. It seems like I should send one earlier, and I started to do that, and I was actually like winning. I started going on like a win streak. I was like, this is crazy. So I just started focusing on trying to keep like the very fundamentals of trying to keep the money down, put things down as soon as I possibly can, and prioritizing that over like one more trip of minerals, you know, over 5 minerals. But like, I noticed this pig too, like, there's so many little adjustments that he's making on the fly, and it's like an intuitive thing. He's doing it by feel, because he has the information. He has a wealth of knowledge of information that he's gathered over the course of thousands of games and years, like not just playing but also watching information that he knows. And then you have to calculate all that information when you're in the game, and you just and you're playing with limited information, so you have like it's like it feels this way. You can't exactly describe why that is, but yeah, when watching like someone that's barely above your level, it might look like, man, I do so many things better than them, or it's like this person plays, I'm doing everything. Okay, well, yeah, I'm doing so many things better than them, or I play just like this person. I don't see how they're a higher level than me. And really, it's because there's devils in the details. There's these like little things that you don't even have the capacity to like understand as a lower player. But that could not have been better timed. That's part of the reason why I like watching Vibes beat a GM as opposed to Pigs, because he explains why certain things are done and not just what to do. Whereas I feel like Pig is the best things that I get from Pig are like build order ideas that I can do at my level. Whereas Vibe explains like he'll say, you want to do this, right? You want to kite or whatever. You want to aggressively stutter step in the situation. Why? Because Like he'll say the numbers, like, because the Stalker has this much range and shoots at this speed, and you know, the Marauder has this much and does this. So it's like, with, in this particular situation, you don't want to aggressively stutter step, you want to kite or passively stutter step, because blah 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 blah.
Must construct additional pylons.
So just there, right? I don't know why. If you, so I think he probably should have attacked with his first Reaper, and that probably would have been harder for me. But I'm actually getting better with that, defending that anyway. But
I'm here in the shadows.
I mean, I think the most important thing I did in that situation was pull my probes to defend that. I pulled all my probes. He's gonna have to do an amazing micro and macro at the same time to make it. Whoa! Nah, I got the high ground. Okay, we're good. Horrible micro here on my part as a result of that choke, which you shouldn't have in PvT anyway. But yeah, it's all good. Yeah, I just pulled my probes. I had stalkers available. So
Here in the shadows.
it's all good. I don't normally build cannons like that, so I'm actually kind of surprised I'm doing this. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, it's so hard to explain. Sometimes but it's still good to watch though. Like, just watching, like when I watch Showtime, I like to watch Showtime before I play to kind of get inspired. But just seeing how he moves his mouse is what I really like. Seeing the pace at which he plays and certain things that, like how he does certain things, to kind of give me a rough idea of what I need to, the kind of mentality I need to have while playing. You know, a certain level of urgency, a certain level of organization, accuracy with the mouse. What in God's name am I doing? Oh Lord! Wow, what a mess. Yeah, just watching how higher level players move can be helpful for sure. And then sometimes it's just certain types of players you're gonna gain more from certain types of players than others, because some are gonna be more similar to you and some are gonna be completely different. And like personally, I don't, like right now, I don't really like doing Stargate openers, and I don't like doing like one base things. So watching certain players, I just don't get applicable things that work with my style. Whereas, you know, certain players, like, we play very similar. It's like, what are the, and then it's like, what do they have that I don't have, basically. Whereas if you watch someone that's in like Grandmaster or Masters, like Life's a Glitch, I forget the guy's name, Maximus Black, he cheeses, he one base cheeses. I tried some of that stuff, you know, and like I watched Mana's cannon rushing videos and stuff like that, which sometimes I'm in the mood to cheese, so I'll watch that stuff to kind of like get ideas about how it's properly done at a high level. But like, that's not the key to success, you know. It's not like you have to change your whole style up to become a Grandmaster. Not every Grandmaster plays the same. So
I return. I am here.
Yeah, and if you don't know that already, you can kind of get confused and frustrated because you're like, well, I have to change up my whole strategy. Like I got good at this particular strategy and it just doesn't work at high level. That's not the case. Like, and people talk about this. People, grandmasters, they can probably get to diamond or masters with like probes only. And what that means is that any composition is basically doable. If you could do mass zealot, you could do mass marine, you can do mass carriers, battle cruisers, one base, all-ins, full-on macro, any style you want. You just have to do it well.
Mineral cluster expended. Must construct additional pylons.
And a lot of that is just knowing how to react in certain situations. And you can learn that the hard way by just playing a lot of games with a certain strategy and watching the replay and seeing what you could have done better and stuff like that. You know, if you're trying to like create your own strategy. You can also just kind of like net deck, you know, if you're not familiar with that. It's like a TCG term for
Mineral field
looking
depleted.
up and copying a deck that someone else built. So you copy someone's build and they kind of give you a rough idea of how to respond, or you watch enough of them playing that strategy in game where you see them against a multitude of strategy and get an idea of what to do in that scenario. Maybe not because you know, maybe you don't exactly know why, but you kind of know what you're supposed to do, and then you can kind of copy it and do it that way. Oh, the scouting. Okay, good. So this is my favorite type of Terran to play against, you know? Actually. You know, it really is. The turtle Terran that's going into late game units right away. Especially Thors, that's my favorite. Thors and I actually don't know how to beat Thors. I think it's Immortals. I think that's the answer. I don't know how we're taking a fourth at the same time. That's kind of crazy. Actually, I do, because basically he needs more gas, and he's spending all. He's not spending his minerals. He's spending his gas on units. He's got a fusion core. Of course he does. He's got 2 barracks. Of course he does. Got 3 factories. Of course he does. He's using 2 of them.
Army upgraded. New technology researched. We embrace the glory. Let our enemy know our fury.
Damn, not even looking at the fight. I like the split. That didn't really pay. I'm in hindsight, I'm realizing what I did. I did split off to kind of come from 2 sides, and it worked out nicely. Or did it? Jeez.
I'm here.
Not really. But I got some tanks I probably wouldn't have got otherwise.
Mineral field exhausted.
How many gates? I have 8, right?
Mineral field.
And 1 robo. I should have like 3 robos. And I should definitely have a robo bay. I believe the name.
I return to serve.
Yeah. Not that in this particular situation I think it helps, actually. I'm thinking about it. Maybe I shouldn't have a Robo Bay. But I definitely should have like 3 Robos. And probably a Starport.
I return to serve.
I really hope I don't make Archons. But I have a feeling I'm going
Cluster
to.
expended. I am here in the shadows.
Is Mass Stalker good against Thors?
I return to serve.
I feel like that could be good.
Nexus point under enemy attack. Vespene geyser exhausted.
I don't mind battle cruisers as long as they don't go like completely unscouted and
I return to serve. New
they get amassed.
researched.
Wow, he got out. That's crazy.
Highlight for hire. Mineral cluster expended. Upgrade completed.
I better kill him because this is going to be a problem if I don't.
Field exhausted. I return to serve.
I like the trickling in of the zealots. I love when I see that. I love when I see the zealots like, and I actually mean this. I'm not being facetious. I love when they're not in the front and they kind of slowly start to trickle in because they eat so many tank shots. They do so much friendly fire. Instead of them all going in at once. And like infantry units just kind of like making them disappear. Maybe they soak up like 1 or 2 tank shots and then they kind of go away, get kited and go away. I like them to kind of slowly trickle in.
Mineral field depleted. I am here in the shadows. Let our enemy know our fury.
Even against Marines, sometimes I feel like that's better. As long as there's like 1 or 2 involved where that's soaking up their damage. But sometimes you send them all and they just get obliterated before they really, you know, like the job of the zealot isn't to actually cause damage. It's just soaking damage, distracting the AI or whatever. It's like a supply depot or something. Well, he's dead.
Mineral cluster expended.
I really should be expanding. Oh, there you go. I should have done it earlier though, to be honest. Like at this point I need 2 expansions. Alright, cool. No GG, just dips.